just me and you." "I can't," she pulls her face. "We've got dinner." Roz and her husband Hugh have a social life, mainly courtesy of his job, that leaves me exhausted just thinking about it. It sounds fabulous, don't get me wrong, but I find myself worrying about when she gets to have a night at home slobbing around in her PJs. Of course, I'm the opposite. Pyjama-clad nights in beat glamorous nights out by about 364 to 1, the one being the work Christmas party, and trust me, that's not up to much. The last one was held in the studio where the series we all work on is filmed, in amongst all the regular standing sets, although I don't imagine they'll do that again this year, because someone peed in a prop vase that has been in our central family's living room for years and is supposed to contain the ashes of their fictional dead grandfather. Listening to Roz's tales sometimes makes me glad that ours is a typical work friendship. Our socialising is always tacked onto the end of a working day, a drink or two in one of the local pubs, a debrief. But outside of that, we have very different ideas of what constitutes a good time. Of course, I lap up all her stories. I just would rather have an early night than feature in them. Glenn seems to have reached the point where everyone is about to raise their glasses again in another toast. I have no idea what he's said about me, but I assume it's all good. People are smiling anyway. Everyone clinks my glass. "Well deserved," Glenn says when it's his turn. "Thanks," I say. I really do appreciate it. Roz reaches to the back of her chair for her jacket, picks up her bag, pulls her fingers through her short blonde hair. I see Glenn look over. It's only 20 to 6, and it's pretty much frowned on for anyone to leave before the hour. "What?" she says, flashing everyone a smile. "You're all only going to be boozing anyway. I couldn't get any work done if I wanted to." She drops a kiss on my head as she passes. "See you tomorrow." By 10 past, I'm on my way too, teetering gingerly on the icy pavements, slightly tipsy after 3 glasses of Prosecco. I wrap my scarf over my nose and mouth, pull my coat tight round me and head for the station. I'm still glowing from the news. Or maybe it's the drink. I didn't expect to get the job. I thought I was the outsider, that Juliet had the experience, the more impressive CV. I wonder if she'll resign now that her ambitions have been thwarted. Lorraine and Joe were all for us moving on to the pub, but I managed to convince both myself and them that starting my first day as script executive with a raging hangover wouldn't give the best impression. So it's home to a microwave M&S lasagna and an early night. I know how to let my hair down. On paper, I am the sad middle-aged lady living alone with only a cat for company. That's me, the butt of a million jokes. I realise that makes me sound like I'm tragic. I'm not. I love my basement flat, and the being alone bit is only temporary till I find a lodger. Plus, we all know 50 is the new 30, and I'm only 43, so that makes me positively youthful. And I didn't always live on my own. I have a daughter, Ashley, who's 22. Father unknown, or at least I know who he is, I just never kept in touch. She's living with her boyfriend in Bristol, where they were both at uni until last June. She's just found out she's pregnant. I'm not going to lie, I cried when I found out, and not through joy either. She's too young. She barely even knows who she is yet. I know what it's like. I've been there. And even though I can't imagine my life without my daughter, I don't think I would choose to go there again. The one big difference is that she's not on her own. I know that she and Ryan thought long and hard before they decided to keep the baby, and I'm proud of them that they dealt with it head on. They're in it together. But do I wish it hadn't happened? Is it terrible to admit that I do? It was Ashley's pregnancy that persuaded me to let her room, the spare room as we're now trying to get used to calling it, out for some extra cash. Once I heard about the baby, Ashley and Ryan both came to stay and they tearfully broke the news. I knew that I couldn't let them struggle like I had. Having to choose between buying tea bags or baby wipes. Tea bags won out every time, sorry Ashley. Between paying for a haircut or a school trip. I don't think a pair of scissors even touched my hair for 15 years. If nothing else, I can offer to help out financially, just till they get on their feet. Although God only knows how much I'm dreading sharing my kitchen with a stranger. Possibly a psychopath? Or even worse, someone who wants to be friends. Since Ashley moved to Bristol 3.5 years ago, I've got used to my own company. I like it. After years of single mumdom, I finally put myself and my career first when Ashley left for uni. Before that, work was a means to an end, a way to keep us afloat but still leave me enough time.